I'm going to tell you some facts about me so you can get to know me better. I was born November the 12th of 1989. I, I'm the middle child. And when I started kindergarten, not long after, maybe just like a couple of days, I was put in LRE. And I learned a lot, like, because there were so many different types of kids there. There were kids who had Down syndrome that were so sweet, and so I really liked a lot of the kids there, but I noticed that I wasn't learning anything. All I was doing was coloring, and I just didn't feel like I was learning. And so my mom, when I was probably second grade, fought for me so I could be in just resource. And when I started sixth grade, I I felt like the teacher I had was really rough on me. I understand now, but I didn't understand back then. So it's nothing towards her, and it was more me, but I didn't understand why I felt like I was always called out and I was always just, I felt like I was picked on. And that was really rough. So I remember in sixth grade, my mom felt so bad for me that she ended up buying me my first CD, and it was Avril Lavigne. And I was really big on Avril Lavigne because music really helped me. I would listen to music, I would sing, I would just. When I was home, I was always outside playing with my sister or listening to music. And when I was in eighth grade, I had the most amazing teacher. I really thought a lot of her. But when around that time, I found out that I had Turner syndrome, which is where it can affect all of your organs, and I have to go to the doctor and get checked. And I had a really hard time with that at first, and I felt like I couldn't talk about it to anybody because my mom would cry, and I would pray and just talk to God, not ask Him for anything, just talk to Him. And I remember that being just really hurt because I always wanted to have kids, and I was told, I couldn't, but at that time I was 15 and I still had hope. But then when I turned, I think it was 25, 26, I had to have surgery on my ovaries, and they looked to see if I had eggs that they could freeze, and I didn't. And that moment is when I realized that I would never have kids. That was the moment that it really just set in for me. And it took that. But God has blessed me with so many nieces and nephews that I still get to be around kids. I may never have any of my own. I may adopt one day. But I still get to be around kids. And so it's not bad. I always look at it as things could always be much worse. And after I lost my ovaries, though, one thing that did happen was I was more, I think, aware of the fact that I couldn't have kids. And one thing that always sucked was I would hear, like, girls complaining about their periods, and I was thinking, I would give anything at that time to have a period. That was my thinking process being young, because I wanted kids someday. There would be some times where, because I had Turner syndrome, I would notice that, I wasn't growing like other girls, and I wasn't getting tall or anything, and that part was rough too. It took me a little bit to be okay with that, but again, I know God has put me here for a reason. And Turner syndrome is not me. I have it, but it ain't me. It doesn't control my life. And that is my story. God bless.